Hi everyone, it's Mary with a passion for paper. Today I am so excited to share with you my completed angel journal. I was inspired by the beautiful angels in the kit, Eternal Guardians, from Lorna at Tailor Made Journals. And you can order this beautiful kit of angel digitals from her Etsy shop, which I will link below the video. And you can kind of see, I'll just give you a view of the journal closed, and then we'll just do a flip through and you can see all the fun things I've put in here. I have done a couple other videos related to this project, which show kind of the steps and process I went through to create it. And I have obviously done quite a bit off camera as well, if you'd go and look at those videos. So I did bind it this morning with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and then I put this beautiful vintage French lace to cover the spine, which is from Jaizella's shop, Lavish Laces, and I will also link that below. And you can see I have a little French book page below. You can see it on this side and on that side, and just a bunch of beautiful layers of lace. Okay, then let's go ahead and get started. So I did pull a lot of ephemera from my stash for this journal. This one features a little collage on this card, a French word mademoiselle, and this beautiful tiny tab from Ruth Designs Etsy shop. And love the different laces. And this is the thicker artist paper, also known as mixed media paper, that I use a lot in my journals. And just to give you a little closer look here, I do a lot of the coffee dyeing with stencils and plastic lace tablecloths. I love this lace. I made a page out of that. And then over here, there's a lovely cluster here made up of some vintage music page and coffee dyed images and a French label. And this is beautiful French check from my collection, and I have scanned and coffee dyed that. And then all of these papers are just have those beautiful scruffy edges, shabby chic, gorgeously grungy, and just a mixture of other digitals are in here as well. And this is from my own collection again, a scanned version that's been coffee dyed. I do not remember what kit this lovely lady is from. It's either Heather at Ruby and Pearl or Anne at Odulcina. This is a lovely coffee dyed image. I have this stencil, and it's a 2-part process where I coffee dye paper and then I lay the stencil on and spray it. And this one came out just beautiful. You can even see it on the back a little bit. And I love using sewing pattern papers. They're just such a fun texture and a beautiful color. And this I did feature from the choosing of the ephemera. This was in my stash. I had made this. I love Madame Bovary. I have a French version of that book. And this I do remember. This is Anne at Odulcina's image. I have some embossed paper or index card behind that. These are made, these tags, with file folders that I coffee dye. This one I sewed a little bit of vintage lace on, and this is made from coffee dyed index card, that beautiful lace and these lovely threads. This paper is such a beautiful soft paper. It's like a scribble pad, the children's scribble paper that you can get on a roll. And then I coffee and tea dyed that as well. But the texture is so nice. It just feels great. can see accepted the die really nicely too. Here's another one of these lovely cards, and I believe this is Bontic Vintage Design pattern. Image, some lace, the piano roll paper, and this is a very special page. I gave my mom some of my French book pages, and she painted some hand-painted beautiful little flowers onto them, and then I scanned them and coffee dyed them. So it's just so pretty. I love how that came out. And then I have a little cluster here of papers and lace, just fun little things, some French book page. Make sure I am in frame here. This is a beautiful image, La Tour Eiffel, the Eiffel Tower, Paris. I was just doing some research on the Eiffel Tower recently, and I read that it was built as kind of the crowning entrance to the World's Fair in 1889 that was held in Paris. And I think most people, or a lot of people, already know that it was not well received at the very beginning. They thought it was an eyesore, and it's just so funny that now it's just this awesome, iconic, you know, what would Paris be without the tower, the Eiffel Tower, La Tour Eiffel. So yeah, I have so many Eiffel Towers in my studio. I absolutely love them. Here, I'll show you a couple. This is one I got as a Christmas ornament, and of course purple is my favorite color, so I have one in light purple and one in dark purple. I love the Eiffel Tower. Just pulling those off of my shelves. I have some little clips of the Eiffel Tower, and this was a necklace I purchased with the Eiffel Tower on it. I keep thinking I'm going to take it off of this necklace and put it in one of my journals. Oh, and here's another one. I am a true Francophile. Love it. I have a larger Eiffel Tower here. They're on the shelves all around my studio. So, love that. Okay, and then we have some French script. Beautiful. Coffee dyed there, and some gorgeous vintage French authentic book page. And this is a very special page. I love having these as pages. This is a piece of fabric that I coffee dyed this beautiful stencil onto. You can kind of see the way the fabric moves. It's just so lovely. And then clipped here, I have a little booklet, and I did a stencil with white acrylic paint on coffee dyed paper. And inside the booklet, we have a French and English dictionary page. This looks like the side where the word is in French and the definition is in English. Some of the pages are the opposite, but it's fun to look through those. This is an authentic vintage ledger page, 1953, coffee dyed paper, 2-hole pamphlet stitch. Just a fun little extra thing. You could either keep it in the journal or move it somewhere else. I just thought that was fun to include. Let me make sure I get it clipped on there correctly, and I love those little clips. The little trim. And on this side, another gorgeous angel image from the Eternal Guardians kit. Tailor-made journals on Etsy. And here we have another piece from my private collection of French ephemera. And again, this is one that I printed on coffee dyed paper, so has that look of authenticity. folded that up and tucked it in here. This is that glorious coffee dyed artist paper. And another page of French ephemera from my collection. I think this is so pretty. I just love it. And it is coffee and tea dyed, so it has all those gorgeous colors and shades. This is a really special book page. I just found this recently at a big sale, an annual rummage sale, and it's put on, it's to raise money for the local groups affiliated with the hospital and the nurses. So that was a fun sale to go to. Have some little cards in here. French vocabulary card. Let's see, a little cluster. Some tags. We have English vocabulary cards. I love all the grungy, beautiful colors and shading, and these would be something you could either leave as is because they're just gorgeous shades on there, or you could embellish them further if you would like. Just kind of fit that in here. And then we have a French word, a little lace. This is some coffee dyed tissue paper. Another beautiful image from the Eternal Guardians kit. I think that's so pretty. A little bit of extra lace here. Another lace page, and this is a piece of lace from a vintage wedding dress. And in here we have another one of these from my collection. Coffee dyed French ephemera. And this card I made with another beautiful image and layered that with some book page and French music sheet. You can see that was an index card. So that is clipped on with the Tim Holtz tiny clips. That peeking out. And then here's the middle spread of the journal. And some little coffee dyed ephemera there, and this lovely journal card with a belly band. French book page. This is the coffee dyed index card, coffee dyed file folder, and I just love this little ribbon. I got this ribbon from Monahan Papers. I placed an order there a while back, and I love that little bird, so cute. And a stamp on here. And that just goes on this side of the clip. And then over here we have one of my scrappy notepads. This one is a little shorter than the ones I usually make, but I just embellished it with some different little laces. Again, some French lace from Jaizella at Lavish Laces, beautiful Sam Pool stamps, and just some really fun grungy papers. This one has a little pattern from the lace tablecloth, and that lovely one there. This is clipped, so you could move it to a different spot. We have a little lace in the center, and we just have a little assortment. Some cards here and another check from my collection. Lace, French and English dictionary page. And it's always fun to see, I know that word, hour. Ew. I've been keeping up with my French Duolingo, and I'm just enjoying it. I'm on the free version, so I have a limited amount to do each day. And so sometimes I do run out of hearts and have to stop. But it's been so fun. I love the accents the characters have when they speak to me, and I love practicing my French and talking back with them, and, you know, listening for the accents, accent aigu, accent grave. And some of it's coming back to me. It's so fun, like things that I didn't even know that I knew or didn't remember that I knew, and then, you know, I'll get a question about it and I will get it right. Oh, I didn't even know I knew that. I always like to hang a couple of things over the side. So these are really fun little glassine bags that I dyed with some stencils, little flowers, and I do have a couple left in my shop. I will link that below. I think I made like 6 sets and there's just a couple left. Here's that beautiful, I think it's German. It's just so pretty. I love the font on it. Beautiful. And then again, the French ephemera from my collection, some packing paper, love that crinkle sound, fabric, which is really nice and interesting texture, French book page, lovely patterns on the back of this French script. And this is more of my mother's flowers. And she paints these with watercolor and sometimes she mixes acrylic in. This was a music sheet I had given her and she painted those flowers on there and I just folded it across to make a page here. I love the piano roll paper, the scribble pad that's been dyed. It's coffee and tea. Such a nice variety of interesting textures and different types of paper. We have vintage vocabulary cards, Notre Dame, beautiful little pieces just tucked in here. I like to have a whole grouping kind of together. And again, I chose a lot of this ephemera in a previous video if you want to take a look at that. And some authentic vintage music page. Beautiful image from the Eternal Guardians kit here. Some more French vintage book page. This is the coffee dyed artist paper to make that little pocket. Another gorgeous image, and this is on coffee dyed paper. Love that one too. And then some French language memoir, looks like. The end. You see how beautiful that patina is just right around the edges? I love that. I think it is so pretty. So that gets tucked in there. And then another lace page. And this is the back inside cover. I have all different little collage of things and an assortment in here. So adorable. Postcard, and this is another wonderful little card that I made from file folder that's been coffee and tea dyed. Wonderful little cluster with some embossed paper and lace sewn onto that, and just a little scrap of French text. I think this is from my collection. It was from like one of those little cahier books. Has all the little very faint rectangle lines on it, and these are all tucked in here. And a little assortment. And this is some sari silk that I tied on there. Just gonna see all those. And then this is the back cover. I have a pocket here. This is an embossed periodical card from the library. When they got rid of those cards, they gave a bunch of these away, and I coffee dyed them. And this one I embossed, so those are fun. Another nice thick journal card, Paris. This is English book page. Looks like it's from my Colette book. Le matin, morning. Little vintage French vocabulary card, and I do sell those in my shop. And a fun little scrappy thing here. And we'll just tuck those in. This is a fun little French book page. I like that it says journal in the title, and it's 111. I love that number. And again, this beautiful vintage French lace on the spine. So there you have it. Let me see if I have my ruler. I'll give you the measurements real quick. And I am going to put this in my Etsy shop later today. So this is a beautiful, fun size. Now it's ranging around 6 inches wide. And again, it's hard to measure. It's about 6.5 tall. So almost a square. It's just a really fun size journal. Oh, let's see, how wide is the alligator mouth? It looks like, let's see if I can get my ruler set up, almost 3 inches. But that's with it open. So when you tie it up with the tie, obviously it's not going to be that tall. Let's go ahead and do that. And I'll give you one last measurement. I'm just going to put the tie back around, and hope you enjoyed watching my flip through. I just really enjoyed making this journal. It has so many special pieces in it, both the pages and the tags and cards. So just a lot of love went into this. So now that it is tied up, it looks like it's probably more like, yeah, 1.5 inches tall at the tightest part here. So still plenty of chunk, but it's more manageable when she's tied. So I hope you found some inspiration here. I really appreciate you coming. Please leave me a comment below, say hello. Let me know if you have any questions, or just want to say hi. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.